Good morning from down under, everyone. My name is Splits, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader Lex Imperialis DLC and Void Shadow DLC. I believe this should be part 22 in the series, and we're about to head off into space now that we finished everything on Footfall. Um, Now, I believe, depending on the situation that kick off, will depend on whether or not we can get certain achievements. If not, I'll just get those achievements in another run. Um, Oh, there's some instructors there. Otherwise, we will do our best to get them, but it just depends on the order. So I think one of the achievements is, I want to say from, what's it called? Void Shadow DLC, and again, I just don't know the order in which that's going to kick off, so other than that, with that out of the way, if you've been liking the series, don't forget to leave a subscribe and like. Otherwise, let's offer a toast to the algorithm priest and let us commence. I do have my notes open. Um, so I've, in my previous game, so 18 months ago, I listed everything in Act 2 that I had explored, and even rated the even rated the space battle fights from easy thing. So I know which ones to keep out, look for, and what systems they're in. Now, obviously, this is all subject to change because of DLC and balances. But what I will do is I will drop a save here again, and I will show this bit off. Uh, Minor spoiler, do not actually do this, but it is for an achievement. We're gonna go home to the Imperium. Spoiler, of course we're not. Alright, we're just gonna fast forward through all this, because clearly this is something else that's been kicking off as we I wanted to show something off, so I guess we might be able to get the achievement? Question mark? I don't know. This is a different achievement that I wanted to show off anyway. Yep. And our journey is over. Yeah, so that will kill you, so don't ever do that, by the way. But you will get an achievement for it. So... Oh, I actually loaded up the wrong one. We wanted to load a previous one. I didn't, I don't want to waste the navigation insight for it. There we go. So our first thing is we're going to head over here. So we're going to warp travel. So I believe this is Void Shadow DLC kicking off. They are burning my Promethium. How about you do your job a bit better? Does the ecclesiarchy recognize this cult, or is it considered heretical? Does this Oracle of Fire really make prophecies? Aha. I just know how to handle this cult. Throw the Oracle into a holding cell and hand him over to the authorities at the first port we visit. And so I have no idea what that did, but we shall see. Anyway, we're going back into space now. Alright, so the first thing you want to do with any new system is chart new routes. There's nothing there, but just another way to get to our next destination. So we're going to visit. You can see we've immediately got pirates, so we're going to go say hello to the pirates. Alright, what do we got? We got 3. Now, according to my notes, I listed this fight as easy. So I imagine it's going to be quite easy. 3 Cobra class destroyers. Alrighty, fire the laser. Fire the laser. Oh, one goes down already. And this is why alpha striking is extraordinarily good. Alright, we're going to leave a torpedo there. And then we are going to move over to here. Put a volley into this one. And then, because he's running away already, we are going to turn a little this way. Ah. Okay. And around. Honestly, we're just gonna finish the job. That was probably a gigantic waste, because I don't think I am in a really good position to alpha strike this individual. But it is what it is. Oh, he clipped us a little bit. And dead.
They pale before our mastery of the void.
I could have easily done that one without any damage, but that's my bad. Because one of the things I totally forgot to do was Voidship management. And put people in post. Alright. So we got Air Authority. Alright, putting you in, putting Cassia in there again. We'll put Idira in there for now. Yeah, that's fine there. That's fine there. That's fine there. And Jay can go there. Right, we're going to explore these, and then we're going to come back for the planet. One, two. Give this a scan. Get scan. Alright, so we got something that's not explored, and we got some plasteel. It's only 5 plasteel, so we're gonna ignore it. I believe we already got 3 extractums, and at least for now, and I know for a fact there's places that have more. So nothing really on this ice world as of yet. Put that out of the way. Back to the map. Alright, so we're going to go to the Evorus sector next. So you can make this route safer. I find yellow to be quite acceptable, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, okay. What is this ritual? I guess we will be there. Cool. So I guess we're getting some Void Shadow DLC kicking off. This is Pascal telling me about the stuff that happened during our emergency warp jump out of ICAD. Remind me what you wanted to find out. Report is received. Thank you, Pascal. First thing again, chart new routes. And then, ritual binding. So I guess we're going back into the bridge. To the bridge. So we'll drop save. Kevlar.
Domin.
I am ready to begin the binding ritual.
Then follow me, Domin.
I will say also, in between the videos, I leveled up all the other companions just so that I could.
Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
What exactly are we doing? Sorry, what exactly are we going to do?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates and ours one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
What is this all on the floor?
Instructions, directions, a depiction of the puzzle that can only be solved within one's own consciousness by following its bends and turnings. I do not require these lines to find my way, but for you, they will serve as a guiding thread.
I am ready. Let us begin.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know. Enter the labyrinth, Domin.
Ooh, sword fighting.
You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
Can you tell me what this really was? What is the true meaning of this rite?
You are not required to understand. You have joined the ritual. That will suffice.
I did not mean to offend you.
Your words have caused no offense.
I only seek to understand why this matters to you, to understand you.
Understand me? Why, Domin? My fate is preordained, and our places assigned. We both must serve the Undying One, as his design foretells. But if such is indeed your wish, my path of service to the Undying Emperor is one of many twists and pitfalls. Every mind is fraught with weakness, and only by honing it tirelessly can one achieve focus and prime one's perception. I envision the tenets of the web as a maze of tangles and dead ends. Each time I go into a trance, be it one of the soul or of battle, I walk this path from beginning to end. And now that you're a part of it, you will be there with me when next I enter the labyrinth. You may deem it strange. You live in a world so far removed from my own that such rituals must seem absurd to you. I am sure I would find your rituals equally mystifying.
My rituals? What do you mean?
You are empowered by the will of the Undying One himself, and yet, when I look at your life, I am surprised. You follow a different thread, one that does not seem as strict to your thoughts and deeds. There is so much luster.
Would you like to see my world, Kibor? You allowed me to witness your ritual. Is only fair I show you one of mine.
To partake in one of your ceremonies? Returning the courtesy. That is how you say it up here, isn't it? I will await your invitation. The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
Okay, so that was certainly something different. So we may as well go speak to the gentleman, because I know we had to speak to him about Jay anyway. I was just putting it off for a little bit. I wish to give Jay a present. You shall make the arrangements. We will go with Jay deserves the best jewelry I can find. Actually, what are our choices? A Voidship. Yeah, we'll give her a necklace. I think the last time I gave her a Voidship. We'll give her the best jewelry. That's cool. I'd like to introduce Kibwa to some customs practiced amongst the people of my stature, show her what life is like on the upper decks, so to speak. How about a social event? Because I imagine that's going to be boring as hell. I'm pretty sure no one wants to explode their heads by accidentally looking at the navigator, so yeah. Oh, thank you. Now we gotta wait. Okay. Um, Plus. Oh yeah, there we go. Interesting. So where's this lever? Uh, on the ship's fuel levers in a poor state, Spectre and Diagnosed problem, Voidship Bridge. I talked to him, so I guess it's on the other side then. Here it is. Activate the control panel. Vox systems. Okay, so apparently our ship is having some minor issues. I don't know why, but let's have a chat with our Vox Master. My personal log state the Vox systems are malfunctioning. Can you explain? Thank you for your service. One system. Okay. I guess we'll head there when we can head there. For now, let's continue exploring. Alright, so we're gonna go actually inside this time. Let's have a look at my notes. Alright, no ship battles. Alrighty, so let's have a bit of exploration. So some antimantite. Ask the old hermit for a blessing. Alrighty. We're not going to get the adamantite. At least not yet. There's other places that have it. So we got here provisions and smuggler cache. So we'll pick that up. Yeah, so we will actually pick up these provisions. 5 is generally one of the higher end of provisions that you can get when observing planets, so we'll definitely hook that up. So it tells me the colony management isn't up yet because we don't have a colony. I can't really shut it off. Like you can see it at the top there. It's all explored. So that is not something that you put extractors down. That is, that isn't, that is, that isn't, that is, that is, that is. Generally you want a pretty good spread of all that. We'll come to it when we actually get there. So we're going to go into the drifting Voidship. Jay, you are benched now. We will take Abel. Alrighty, so let's have a little bit of explore. I do not believe you can actually open this door yet, so we've got to find a way to do it. What is this evil you mentioned? Now, I was tempted to bring Heinrichs with us, but I decided I think I just prefer Abel. Mainly because the ability to taunt is great. Go up
Watch
over
out.
here.
I better myself
blow this
through
door
my
open.
service.
So this is the reason why I'm not wasting all my melter charges yet. Just because I know that we actually need it to get certain secrets. So I'm more likely to waste the multi-keys
Is there
on
money
skill
to be
checks
made?
than demolition. I can't exactly remember how many melter charges I actually need to keep about. but just having as many as possible is probably a good idea. Let's talk to this mad tech priest. Yeah. Oh, he's not responding, so I'm sure nothing
Rise to the
can go wrong
top,
with that.
or get left in the dust.
That's what's a trap.
I see what others do not.
Yep. So all the traps they're spotting is in here. So we'll take our character.
I have a nose for profit, and a taste for adventure. Just as I planned.
There we go. What do we got here? Minus a 10, minus 10 penalty to perception for all attacks made against the wearer for all enemies in 2-yard wells. Yeah, okay.
I always keep
nice
my
roll.
options
You probably
open.
won't be using it. That's not ominous in the slightest. We'll do the machine
This
rack.
explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Again, I'm obviously don't need to worry about using items or not for my skill checks for the sake of making the video and not having to reload things pretty easy.
I always have a backup plan.
Generally, I find it's always good to have a small reserve of items, like maybe 3 to 5, and if you're over that number, then to going ham and using it to make skill checks easy is well and truly not a bad idea. Now, with that said, generally I don't think I've ever had issues with passing any skill checks for the most part on these difficulties. Obviously unfair is a bit different, so I can see a great deal of many
Watching
reloads
the lazy
happening
handle sacred technology breaks my heart.
if you were playing on
Figuratively
unfair.
speaking, my cardiovascular augmentation can
On this
withstand
one,
much
not
more
so
than
much.
high blood pressure.
So cut the power there. Now in hindsight, I probably should have used my ray trader for that, but I'll suffer enough wounds. Ugh. Keep that in mind for later, people.
Activating multi-force reserves.
Pascal doing it's fine. I generally use him anyway because he's
Blood
the tech
is
person.
my life.
We are the spearhead of the
My frail organics required it.
So,
Ah, careful now.
I mean, I'll just have my character do it if you aren't doing that great with it, Abel. Obviously we have hundreds and hundreds of these bad packs, so
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. Hold still.
We function as one.
I
obviously,
need your full cooperation.
Pascal
My frail
is not the character
organics
where we want to purposely
required
get
it.
injuries, so
Keep your wits about you. I always get the job done.
alright, so it's kind of clear based on this side effects and obviously the bodies and stuff flickering that there's some kind of malign influence that is affecting this Voidship. As to
Is there
the
money to
degree
be
of it,
made?
we shall see. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so if that's mending, then I'd hate to see what they do with a surgical tool. Ugh.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
How old were you when you first took a life? You are scarcely more than a girl. Dreadful.
There is no sorrow in stepping onto the thread of his service early. Rather, one should lament doing so too late. Do not feel sorry for me.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
The machine god grants me insight.
So extra weapon skill and strength, which is fine.
Look no further.
What do you got here? Weapon skill and parry. What's your strength at? Yeah, we'll give you that one.
Let us not dawdle.
Alrighty, so here comes the fun part. So we have to actually equal 10 and try to turn back on the generator. So each of these have a different value. And the trick is getting it to the right number. There's actually multiple ways.
I have a nose
of
for
getting
profit
the
and a
right
taste
number.
for adventure.
But I'm just going to do with the trick that I know and remember, which was the 3 closest to the corner. This one is 1.
This is intriguing.
What's this one? That one was 7. And that one is 2.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
And turn it on.
Didn't flinch.
Oh, sorry, I gotta... What's that? I clicked the wrong one in the wrong order. Right, we will boil this one up first.
That's how it's done. What a peculiar thing.
But that's good, because now we've got our injuries, our stats go up. So we'll look at our character again. You can see our agility has increased by wounded beasts and facing the end. This is why we're going to be better at demolition than Argenta.
This could be an opportunity. Just as I planned.
At least in most scenarios, anyway.
I always keep my options open. I will lead us to fortune. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Alright, we'll have our characters super quick. So all this is our heroic acts, which for us is kind of all misery. So we're almost there to being tactical nuke. We can kind of start doing it, but there is a little bit more to it than just the heroic act, but should get it by, like, I think it's level 24 off the top of my head. Which is good because the tactical nuke means quicker combats, which means showing up
My
the game that much
success is
quicker.
irrefutable certainty.
Yeah, that didn't scream the forces of chaos, that flickering there. Well, I don't know what else it would scream. I suppose it could scream in theory Dark Elder. They are very debauched set of individuals.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, so I'll drop a save there. Now we get to go back. The way we came. With one minor difference though. that turns out we're about to make some friends. So I believe I am going to shove
Data meditation is terminated.
Yeah, okay, Pascal can go over here.
Anything worthy of my attention.
And
I
he
am
wants to
your
go over
shadow.
here.
The web serves.
The rest of us are going down here.
I'll make an example out of you!
Alright, so Cassie is going first, which is fine. I will shove the young lady over here. So there's an achievement for this guy, I just can't remember. I can't remember. I know there's some achievement out there for having people get injured by their own selves and killing themselves. I just can't remember if it's this one or a different fight. Abel can also go up. I could have moved them up, but I probably didn't need to. Alright, so how are we looking in terms of moving people? So we need line of sight. How's our line of sight if we go here? No. So we don't want to do that. Over here. Over here. Good enough.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Didn't want to move.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me,
But,
if you insist, Lord Captain.
that's fine. Pascal. Alright, Pascal, if you'd be so kind to blow that thing
Vital
up.
function successfully terminated.
And then
The script for
that.
prognosis is favorable.
And then go up and drop this.
Running binaric override.
That he parried.
Martyrdom.
Time to redouble our efforts.
Oop. He went down. That's fine. I consider this acceptable because I'm going to do this.
As the
I mean,
tenants
he's got
demand.
an injury, which is agility and movement, which doesn't really matter to him all that much. So.
I am your blade and shield. As honor
do
ordains.
And we
Trust
wait it.
me, my blade whispers your name.
And we're gonna stab him.
Caught by the web. The shadows will see it done.
And keyboard can just keep those two entertained. Did I? Oh yeah, I forgot one over there. That's fine. So we'll go over here. What's in this general direction?
At your beck and call.
Sworn enemy. This person.
It will be done.
Slash.
Target well struck.
And we'll endure.
At your beck and call.
Alright, we'll step over.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do
that.
it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate I forgot
This
about
is
that.
unacceptable.
I'll sort that out soon enough. We can help out with that. And running gun.
I'll do it.
Firefields isn't particularly great. What I'll do is
Guided
I'll
by
sidestep back
faith.
there. Pop a shot
There's
in that,
none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
and it's our turn. So
On
we'll
it.
do this. Do that.
Who if not me? You never stood a chance.
Then do that. Do that.
It's as good as done.
Blade dance.
I'll make it happen.
See, they're a little bit tanky, and I'm pretty sure the thing I forgot to kill gave them some stuff as well. Fine. So now we got the stuff that we can do. Can I place that? No. That can I? I'm just trying to find a sweet spot for doing this. That's acceptable. So we'll do
If
that.
only that were possible.
Oh, not on my line of sight. Alrighty then, fine.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Go. Move that all over there. Do that to him again. Do that to all
Me?
of them.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Then do that. And then we can find our
I'll
able.
show you why navigators are feared.
So charge in.
Victory is reduced to dust.
We will sworn enemy this one.
At your beck and call. It will be done. I will do my duty.
There you go.
One fewer target.
Alright, great opening.
Trust
hack
me.
Slash.
As the
More hack
tenets
slash.
demand.
I took care of this one.
This guy's trying to run from Abel. How silly of him. Let us show him the error of his ways.
At your beck and call.
Sworn enemy.
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
Penta can have
Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I
all that
act.
again. Pretty sure I can't burst fire without hitting myself. So yeah, so we will blade
On it.
dance.
I'll see to it personally. Another enemy down.
Kill him.
It's as good as done.
The ignite is just really good for killing those particular individuals.
Emperor,
yeah.
give me strength.
And I don't know why I can't get line of sight to. Okay. Do that then. can just can I do it where I don't hit my ally? No. Alright, we'll just stop it there.
As honor ordains. I shall not fail. Trust me. Death is a blessing.
That one sorted. He did something super annoying.
A tactically sound approach.
Gem to actually get over there.
I'll do it.
Alright, we'll
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak.
We're just gonna unload on him.
I'll do it.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
As the end, this is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
4. Sorry.
I'll do it.
For you, my emperor! Doubt is for the weak.
Yeah, and
I'll
she
do
has
it.
a little bit of accuracy problem. This will be fixed soon. We just gotta get the item.
I'll see to it personally.
Actually hit the wrong button there, but oh well, it's fine. Alright, Cassia.
I have read tomes of military tactics. If I may.
And then...
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
As the emperor commands,
Yep,
I
don't
act.
miss. Alright, everyone can finish this off. Sworn enemy. Fish. Yeah, so I got a little bit sloppy with that one. But again, it's fine. They have a couple of snipers in this entire thing, which makes this fight a little bit annoying. Now, do I have the right medkit? Okay, I don't think that required. Yeah, I guess we can't do anything about it, but again, it's fine. Won't actually impact Pascal. So... And this little door is open now, so we can step in.
Fortune smiles on us. An ill omen.
Then... head this
Rise to the
way.
top, or get left in the dust. Fate and fortune favor the bold. I always get the job done.
Alright, there's another fight here, but I will call it, and we'll do this fight in the next episode. Thank you for watching, everyone, and if you've been enjoying the series, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Bye!